I was at Sunderland for about 13 years. When I played at Roker Park. There's been some huge gates there, and at the same time, when things aren't going so good, they let you know. It's a different thing up there. It's a bit more intense. The football is a way of life up there.
Shaun Elliott played for Sunderland between 1975 and 1986, and at the peak of his powers earned 3 caps for England B. I joined the Sunderland Manchester Supporters Club on their journey up north for their final game of the season against Sheffield Wednesday last weekend to ask them what they remember about their former captain.
I can tell you what I remember about Shaun Elliott. So my first game at Roker Park, Shaun Elliott was playing. And I just remember him as a classy defender. I think, we could do with a Shaun Elliott these days.
We weren't particularly doing well, and then we brought these 3 young players in. Shaun Elliott in defence, Kevin Arnott in midfield, and Gary Rowell up front. And there was a big turnaround.
What Shaun Elliott represented was really a change in football. Prior to that, centre-halves were hard men. Their role was to stop someone, fair means or foul, and sometimes very foul.
More of a cultured defender than maybe what you got at that time. Sort of very good on the ball. I think some games he played in midfield as well.
He's a great header of the ball, Shaun Elliott. He's got this big long neck, and he's almost giraffe-like. He's 6 foot, but he looks that little bit taller because he has a good presence and ability to head the ball. So you had this all-round footballer who could play at the back.
In 1985, Elliott led Sunderland on a historic Milk Cup run.
For Sunderland on Roker Park's biggest night of the season.
We beat a lot of good teams leading up to that, and Chelsea in the semi-final. We beat them at Roker, and we beat them at Stamford Bridge as well.
Well, he went the right way. If anything, he went a little bit too soon.
It all looked to be going so well in the semi-final, but Shaun knew that he was 1 yellow card away from missing the big day at Wembley.
Part of the Sunderland scene for so long. He's only 1 point away from a second suspension, incidentally.
I remember it distinctly. We were under the cosh and about 20 minutes or something like that, and it was just like the Alamo. And the guy got through, and I was chasing him, so I was chasing him back to the box. Crimes, if he scores here, it's going to be 2-1. Then the pressure will be worse on us because, their fans will get behind their team. So it was going through my mind, what do I do? Do I bring him down? If I bring him down, I miss the cup final. It came to the choice where I hadn't any choice. It was either bring him down or he gets into the box and gets a penalty, which is a good chance they may score. So I sort of brought him down, and I knew straight away it was a big blow for me. I just wanted to go home. All the boys were like going mad, and that was the last thing on my mind. I just wanted to get on a train or whatever and get out of the place and go home.
I think everyone felt it was particularly cruel because he'd been such a good player for the club. He'd been someone who tried his best, who played football well, and had put in 10 years of really, really solid service. It would have been a lovely bookend, especially to his Sunderland career, had he done that, because that would form the pinnacle. It would have made the previous 10 years all worthwhile. But it wasn't to be.
It was a big blow for me, and it did take a long time to get over it. It's always in the back of your mind. If you play for a top team, it doesn't bother you so much because you're going to get there again. I never had the opportunity again, so it was a blow.
Despite the cup final disappointment, Sunderland fans still remember Shaun with great fondness.
Sunderland fans will always love players who put a shift in and always, work hard. And I think, and Elliott was like that. He was just dependable, solid, and you would get 110% off him every time.
I think everyone felt it was particularly cruel because he'd been such a good player for the club. He'd been someone who tried his best, who played football well, and had put in 10 years of really, really solid service. He was someone who was saying, this is how we can now play football, and it's a much better game for it.